Theme Park Dad here. Um, just wanted to give everybody a little backstory on why I am called the Theme Park Dad. Um, it dates back to 1998. For those that don't know, that was the 1900s. My daughter was born in 1998. Um, my second daughter was born in 1999. Um, and before they were born, I had the privilege of growing up in Southern California. And in Southern California, I did have the privilege to visit many of the theme parks throughout Southern California: Disney, Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm. And those were some of the best days I had as a child because I was spending it with my mom and dad. Um, Fast forward into the 2000s is I have the same opportunity to do that with my children. And I started doing those things. Started taking them to Disney, to Knott's Berry Farm. They were too young to go to Six Flags. But I thought going to those theme parks, giving them what I enjoyed as a child, that family time that I enjoyed as a child, was something that they can pass on in the future. Now, I moved out of California in 2006. Um, my daughters were 7 and 8. Um, they got to leave the theme parks behind. Um, I moved to San Antonio, Texas, where I was able to give them SeaWorld. Um, in their When we were living in California, they were able to go to SeaWorld. They remember SeaWorld as the big blue pole, the iconic Sky Tower. Um, that's how they recognized SeaWorld. It was the big blue pole. So, a running joke in my family is, well, we no longer have the big blue pole. In San Antonio, they have the big silver pole. It was a tower full of silver mirrors. Um, so my kids got a little taste of SeaWorld in San Antonio. Well, that's where I decided that we were going to stay for a while, my wife, and it was both our decision and beneficial for us to raise our family. So, myself, my wife, my two daughters, and at this time, my son who is on the way. We make a little stay in Texas, and it probably was the best time I could ever have had with my family. I was able to take them to SeaWorld um, just about every day. If they weren't in school, well, they were at SeaWorld. If they weren't at school, they were at Six Flags. Growing up, I was able to give both of my children theme parks. And family vacations, we made specifically Disney. Because we had Six Flags, we had SeaWorld. So why not make the family vacations Disney? Because that's what me and my wife loved. That's what our things revolve around, was Disney. My anniversary is Disneyland's birthday. I mean, it's all about the theme parks, right? So, with my kids, I got to experience a lot and gave them a lot. But it was always about family doing theme park things. And that was the greatest time of my life. I raised both of my daughters along with my wife, helping out more than I ever thought I would need the help. But yeah, she helped more than me. But we're moving on. Um, we gave our kids everything we could, but it was all about the family vacations. It was always about what the family went out and did. And it was always revolved around the theme parks because that's something that not every family vacation creates all that happiness. But for us, didn't matter how the vacation went. It could have been our worst day at Disney, but it was our best day because we were together. And that's what made me want to start what I'm doing here with Theme Park Dad. Is it's about going to the parks and enjoying time with each other. And fast forward, I have had the opportunity, the luxury, whatever you may call it. Um, it knocked at my doorstep and said, "Hey, there's an opportunity for you to move to Florida." So I jumped on that bandwagon, my wife's bandwagon. Okay? And I said, "I'm coming with you." And here we are today. I now live in Florida. I get to go to Disney every day I want to go, except for Saturday and Sunday. But who wants to go on a weekend? It's too crowded. But I get to go to Universal. I get to go to SeaWorld. I get to do all of those things. And now that my kids have grown, created families of their own, they get to come back. And I get to spend even more time with them and my grandchildren. And it's been the greatest year I have had as a parent and as a grandparent. Now, my content may not be what everybody wants to be. I'm a dad, and I'm gonna point those things out. I'm a dad trying to enjoy family time, and not everything's gonna be fun. I'm gonna point out those things, and right now it's only been a couple of videos here and there, and they don't point out much. Um, I'm kind of in a rebuilding stage. I started something way back when my kids were little, and that didn't pan out. Now I'm going to move forward. My kids are grown. They're going to come and visit every now and then. But I'm going to still do the theme parks because I love the theme parks. I had fun at those theme parks. When I go to those theme parks, those memories pop into my head. And I get to relive those things every day I go to one of those parks. And I hope that everybody who views what I put out gets that same feeling. And for those that have never been to a theme park, it doesn't have to be a theme park. They have a carnival right down the road. Take your kids to the carnival. They have a pumpkin patch. Take your kids to the pumpkin patch. It's things that you do as a family. Those are the memories that will last a lifetime. Going to Disney for the first time, yes, that's going to be forever. But when you can go and say you did it with mom and dad, or brother and sister, or uncle and cousin, or grandma and grandpa, it doesn't matter that you got to see the castle. What matters is I saw the castle with family. So I say to you, family is everything. And without your family, you wouldn't have the memories you have. Now, with that being said, the theme park dad will see you out there. And hopefully you make the same memories, if not better, with your own.